The Last Catch. I write this not as a trophy of my triumphs, but as a confession, a hymn, and a journal of the day my legend changed forever. The galaxy, I've always believed, is a patchwork of wonders, sewn together by the ruins of a forgotten empire. Eons ago, they scattered life like seeds upon the winds of 1,000 worlds, leaving behind creatures so rare they seem to breathe the essence of the cosmos itself. In the quiet twilight of their extinction, these species became myth, their existence whispered in tales of awe and longing. From these myths grew the sport that shaped my life, a pursuit as beautiful as it was cruel, the hunt for the universe's last living treasures. And I, Kebin Asov, was its king, my name meant to reel, and this name rode the tides of gas giants and echoed in the crystalline caves of ice moons. I was the master of the hunt, the poet of the chase, a soul that danced on the edge of the impossible. Yet even the greatest hunters have their obsessions, and mine was a creature so ephemeral it was thought to be nothing more than a dream, the wailing light. Its name was a hymn, its image a prayer. Scales like spilled rainbows, fins trailing light like ribbons in a celestial ballet, and a voice that sang to the stars themselves. The wailing light was no mere prize. It was the heartbeat of the universe, a living thread connecting all life. I had spent my life chasing its shadow. Then, one fateful night, the universe whispered back to me, a fractured transmission, distorted and raw, claiming the wailing light swam on Kairos 9. That planet was a crucible of chaos, its skies roiling with acid storms, its ground alive with predatory flora. It was no place where life should thrive, but for the wailing light, I would go anywhere. When my ship pierced the emerald haze of Kairos 9's atmosphere, I felt like I had stepped into a waking dream. Rivers of liquid fire snaked through jungles of glassy spires, and bioluminescent mist clung to the ground like fallen starlight. Every breath tasted of danger, every step felt stolen. Creatures that defied reason stalked me through the shadows, their eyes molten suns in the dim glow. None of it mattered. The call of the wailing light was louder than my fear. After days of peril and relentless pursuit, I found it. In a hidden lagoon, shielded by jagged cliffs and waterfalls shimmering with iridescent spray, the wailing light swam. Its body was a tapestry of light and motion, each shift in its scales painting galaxies across the water. My heart thundered in my chest, my hands trembling as I readied my line. Then I saw them and their offerings, small carvings of wood and stone, arranged with reverence along the lagoon's edge. Figures of the fish, crafted with a love deeper than words could hold. Something struck me that day in a way I can't explain to this day. I felt a connection I couldn't explain. In pursuit of understanding, I asked for a home with the Varen, and from them I learned that which changed my life. For this was no mere creature. It was a guardian, a deity, the lifeblood of the Varen, the enigmatic beings who called this world home. I remember their head, a small but wise Eco Vantai, they called him. I must say I miss you, old friend. May your spirit swim free within the bounty of Sabina. May her great glory open many eyes as she opened mine. Eco Vantai found me worthy and led me to the shore where his people placed offerings. In this place, I experienced my first vision, an echo of the past and a pouring of the future. In this place, I understood my life purpose. As the fish moved, its luminous form held an elegy to all that was fragile and beautiful in the universe. I felt a sudden weight in my chest. If I took it, what would remain? Then, when I thought my journey of discovery was at its end, the jungle erupted in chaos. Ships tore through the sky, crude and roaring, heralding the arrival of poachers. Their greed was louder than the storms. My instincts took over. I could not leave, not like this. What followed was a battle unlike any I had faced. A war where life itself became the weapon, an intricate symphony of biology and instinct that turned the jungle into a fortress. As the poachers descended, crude machines roaring against the emerald mist, the Varen and their allies of Fang and Root prepared to strike. The Varen led me deeper into the jungle, where we found hulking creatures the size of tanks, their thick hides resembling volcanic rock. These beasts, the Thranaks, moved with the slow, deliberate power of living fortresses. The Varen coaxed them into position with soft hums, guiding them toward choke points where they could block paths or charge invading ships. Above us, the skies came alive with the shrill cries of predatory birds. Their wings shimmered like shards of obsidian, and their talons dripped with a bile-like substance that hissed and smoked as it hit the ground. The Varen called them Corvalis, and their role was clear: to rain destruction from above. The first wave of poachers met their fate as they disembarked, their exosuits glinting under the lagoon's bioluminescent glow. A Thranak, stationed at the edge of the clearing, bellowed a sound so deep it seemed to shake the air itself. Then, with surprising speed, it charged, its massive frame flattening two poachers and sending a third flying. In the chaos, the Corvalis dove, their sleek forms slicing through the air. They unleashed streams of their bile onto the poachers' ships. The substance bubbled and smoked on contact, corroding metal into jagged, useless scrap. A squad of poachers fired at them, their bullets pinging harmlessly off the jungle's armored avian allies. On the ground, the Varen sprung their most intricate traps. Razor-vined plants, whose tendrils acted like living snares, writhed to life as the poachers advanced. One misstep triggered their response. Vines shot out with unnerving precision, wrapping around limbs and dragging their prey into the undergrowth. Cries of panic were cut short as the vines tightened, their thorns piercing even the strongest exosuits. Another Thranak lumbered forward to block the path of a retreating ship. The poachers turned their fire on the beast, but its rocky hide absorbed the shots like raindrops against stone. It roared again, lowering its massive head and slamming into the ship's side. The impact sent the vessel spinning into the lagoon, where its engines sputtered and died in the acidic water. The poachers fought back with their crude machines, flamethrowers, and rifles spitting fire and lead. But against the symbiotic unity of the jungle, their tools seemed clumsy, almost archaic. The Corvalis outmaneuvered their every shot, their shrieks echoing in the chaos as they continued their relentless attack. In the heat of the battle, the wailing light appeared, its shimmering form cutting through the lagoon's waters like a living beacon. Its glow distracted the poachers, drawing their attention as if it were daring them to chase it. But as they moved toward the lagoon, the Varen launched their final gambit. From the depths of the jungle came creatures I can only describe as living siege weapons. Massive arthropods, their carapaces glinting like polished onyx, emerged from hidden burrows. Their front limbs ended in jagged pincers, and their bodies excreted a viscous, glowing sap that ignited on contact with air. As the poachers' remaining ships tried to take off, these creatures unleashed volleys of flaming sap, their aim unerring. The ships exploded in bursts of light, their wreckage raining down into the jungle. As the last poacher screamed into the comms for retreat, silence began to creep back into the jungle, broken only by the victorious cries of the Corvalis overhead. The Varen stood among their living allies, their solemn figures illuminated by the lagoon's gentle glow. The battlefield was a testament to their ingenuity. No crude weapons, no machines of war, only life, weaponized with precision and respect. The jungle itself had fought back, its inhabitants rising as one to protect their home. And in the center of it all, the wailing light swam on, untouched and undaunted. Its light seemed brighter now, as if it too understood the victory that had been won. The Veyron approached me then, their faces inscrutable, their voices soft as the breeze. They handed me a gift, a carving of the wailing light, shaped from a single piece of ancient wood. Its grain caught the light like the waves of the lagoon. They said nothing. They didn't need to. The carving spoke louder than words. When I left, my ship cutting through Kairos 9's turbulent skies, the wailing light swam on, free and eternal, its light untouched by greed. Now, back in the halls of my home, the wooden carving holds a place of honor among trophies gleaming with arrogance. It stands apart, unassuming yet profound, a reminder of a truth I had forgotten. Not all victories are won with capture. And so the legend of Keban Asov did not fade. It changed. My greatest tale was not of conquest, but of reverence. And the wailing light swims still, its song mingling with the stars, an undying hymn of life's fragile splendor.